Yahweh Shemi Shah Brakatah, Yahweh Shemala Daba Shemi Shah, preaching on to 5,000 Sarah. Here we're preaching on to 5,000 for Dash right here. This is the ISUPK Sabbath service. Before we get started, we're going to take some time out to make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll give you a few minutes to like, share, and subscribe. Most High in Christ. Now that we done that, you know, when you like, share, and subscribe, man, that's always another way of pushing this truth and getting this truth out, man, all over the world, all over the country. Just push it out everywhere, man. The internet is a fast tool to use, man. So just use that so we can push this knowledge and this truth like the Most High everywhere, all over the four corners of the earth. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I imagine, which means stand. First priest, gonna come up. You're gonna state your name. You're registered.
Yashba'an, Ban Yawada, Ban Yashala.
Yashba'an, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Yahba Shim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shemi Shah Brakatah. Gonna blow the horn. Yum yum, sup. Sham'on, sup.
La Yashala.
Now going to the Lord's Prayer. Josh, you got it in the Hebrew. Just say, upon
Hakwadaw, turn and face the east. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim, Kodah, Hayat, Shemkat, Yahweh, Malakuka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayat, Asha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayat, Bashemayim, Nathanalanah, Lakam, Kab, Yawam, Basalatlanah, Kabawapnah, Kasalatnah, Kabawapinah, Wala'at, Tabi'ano. Bana say a one. A ball. Awashano. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'al. Wahatafa Arak. Awalaman. Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
The constant power in Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Babu Kusha. Nathanalah. Akat. Lara Pa'at. Kal Makalak. Wakal Malawak. Akat. Latahar. Hamatazari. Akat. Lahakwayam. Hamathu. Akat. Arakawat. Hatama'ala. Lagarashan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Water Aman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua. Wamayaka Allah. Waha'alawapia.
You want me to say it?
Wa'alahaya.
Wa'alahaya.
Matazabia. Alawapihan. Ha'alawapian. Hasaranian. Hakwatazayanian. Hakayalia. Hakakoya. Wa'akwapian. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals. Captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanu. El-Hahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'at. Azari. Ma'an. Yahweh. Ashab. Shemai. Ra'arakazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regaka. Al-Yanawam. Shemarka. Hanak. La'ah. Yanawam. Bala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemar. Yahweh. Telzarka. Al-Yada. Yamyanka. Yawamah. Hashemat. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayela. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makar Ra. Yashimar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza Wabawa'afka. Ma'atha. Wa'ai Awalam.
In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth thee,
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha
he that keepeth Yasha
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahai.
Alahai,
Adam Yalaka.
Adam Yalak,
All thy Karat.
Adam Karash,
All thy Shequat.
all thy Shaquat,
El. Kayahana.
Hayahana,
Awayabika.
Awayabika,
Yahamayawan.
Yahamayawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka,
Ya'ayram Yinwa.
Ya'ayrimwa,
Sawadat.
Sawadat,
Wayataya Atazu.
Wayataya Atazu,
Altaza Pawanyika.
Altaza Purim,
Amaru.
Amaru,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Manakatida.
Wanakaki,
Magawi.
Magor,
Wala Ayazakar.
Wala Yazakar,
Shem Yashal.
Shem Yashal,
Awadat.
Awadat,
Kayak.
Kayak,
Nawa Atazu.
Nawa Atazu,
Labat.
Labat,
Yukawa.
Yakawa,
Alyak.
Al-Yah.
Salaki. Alyaka.
Alyaka,
Baryak.
Baryat,
Yakarakwa.
Yakarakwa,
Dahalia.
Alahai,
Alawam.
Alawam,
Wayashemai.
Wayashmai,
Alayam.
Alahai,
Mawa Abba.
Mawa Abba,
Wahagari.
Wahagari,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan.
Aimawan,
Wa'amalak.
Ma'amalah,
Palashah.
Palashah,
I'm Yashabi.
Am Yashab,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Amam.
Aiman,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zarawa.
Zarawa,
Labanya Luwat.
Labanya Lawa,
Salat.
Salah,
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham,
Kamadi.
Kamabi,
Kasayam Sara'ah.
Kasayasarahai,
Kayabian.
Kayabi,
Banakor.
Banakor,
Oyashwan.
Yashua,
Nashimadu.
Nashmal,
Ba'ayan Dara'ah.
Ba'ayandara'a,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Damam,
Wa'adam.
La'adam,
Shayatamu.
Shayatam,
Nadiyatmau.
Nadiyatmau,
Ka'ara.
Kaira,
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'ab,
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba,
Wakazazor.
Wakazazor,
Mana'at.
Mana'at,
Kel Nasikum.
Kaunasikum,
Bashar.
Bashar,
Amarwa.
Amaru,
Naya Rashad.
Naya Rashad,
Lanawa.
Nanawa,
Ah. Na'awat.
Na'awa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamu.
Shayatam,
Kagagula.
Kagar,
Kakwat.
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawaka.
Napayarawaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Shaba'ira Ya'ira.
Tabairi Yahaira,
Wakalahapa.
Wakalahab,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Harayam.
Harayam,
Khan.
Khan,
Theradatma.
Theradab,
Basa'irika.
Basa'irika,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapatka.
Wapaka,
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam,
Mala'at.
Mala'at,
Panyahan.
Panyahan,
Kualawan.
Walawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa,
Shemkat.
Shamkat,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yabashwa.
Yabashua,
Wayabahaw.
Wayabahal,
Ayai.
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabapar,
Wayabaita.
Wayababa,
Wayadaiwa.
Wayada'ai,
Kaya'ata.
Kayata,
Shemkat.
Shamkat,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Labaka.
Labaka,
Ayawan.
Ayawan,
Alkaha Arakaza.
Alka, Rakasa. In the English, keep not thy sight,
Keep not thy sight.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
be not still,
Be not still.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
for lo, thy enemies make a tumble,
Thy enemies make a tumble.
they that hate thee,
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head,
have lifted up their head.
they have taken crafty counsel,
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy enemies.
And consulted against thy enemies.
They have said,
It says,
come,
Come.
and let us cut them off,
Let us cut them off.
from being a nation,
From being a nation.
that the name of Yasha
That the name
of
of
Yahshua
Yahshua
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites,
and the Israelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarim,
and the Hagarim,
Gabal, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth, at the brook of Kizon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, like Zeb, yea, all their princes, Zebul, and Azalmun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burning wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm, fill their faces with shame, they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that God, whose name alone is Yahweh, the Most High, over all the earth. So, Shabia, which means to be seated. Let's go ahead and get started. Bear with me 1 second, Salakia. Can you pass me the burner? Bear with me, Salakia. So we're going to be starting at Exodus, the 8th chapter, verse 15. You ready? So Exodus, the 8th chapter. We'll be starting at 15. That's what it says. Exodus 8 and 15. Tell me where you started at.
Amar. Wayamar Hakara Hakarataman El Parai Atazad Alahayim Hawa'a Wayakazak Laba Para'a Wala'a Shemai Alahayim Ka'ashar Dabar Yahweh Wayamar Yahweh Yahweh Al Mashah Hashakam Baba Quasha Baba Quar Wayadayatazah Lapanya Para'ai Hana Yawatazah Hamayama Wa Amar Ta'alawa Ka Amar Yahweh Shalak I'm, I'm, why you abide, why you abadan, why you abadanya? That's 17. Kaya Adam. Ayan, Ayanat. Mashalak Ata. Amawa. Han, that's Hana. Hananaya. Mashalaya. Baka. Wa'aba'ai. Yaka. Waba'ai mak. Wababaka. Wababayak. Ata. Ha'ara. Wamala. Wama'alawa. Bataya. Matazareyan. Ata. Ha'ara. Wagam. Ha'adama. Ashar. Ashar. Ham. Alaya.
Wahapala. Wahapal ya. Bayawan. Hahaya. Aratiza. Bashan. Ashar. Amaya. Amada. Alaya. Labala. Hayawat. Sham. Arab. Lama'ain. Ada'ai. Kaya'at. Naya. Kana'at Naya. Yahweh. Bakwara. Ha'aratiza. Washemayata. Padat. Bayana. Amaya. This is 19. Wabayan. Amak. Lamakar. Yahaya. Ha. Hata. Hazaha. Waya Asha. Yahweh. Khan. Waya Bar. Aram. Kabad. Bawatha. Para'ai. Wabayat. Abadayawa. Wabakal. Aratiza. Matazarayan. Dashayakat. Yeah, Dashayakat. Ha'aratiza. Mapanya. Ha'arad. Wayakuara. Para'a. El. Mashah. Wala'a. Rana. Waya Amar. Waya Amar.
I'm gonna stop at the end of verse 21. You know verse 21?
Couple more words.
Doing good too.
Lakawa. Zabakawa. La'a. Laha. La'ala. Yakam. Ba'aratiza. That's the end of 20.
Your brother handed that. You understand? That's what the Sabbath service is about, man. We're going back over and taking our heritage back and taking our language back, man. Our brother just read, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying, in the ancient Hebrew. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into English. We're gonna start at Exodus chapter 8, verse 15 in English. You go ahead and start reading Yashman, nice and loud.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 8, verse 16.
15.
Slack at verse 15. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord has said.
Alright, so now we're talking about the plagues of what's happening in Egypt, right? We remember the plagues. What was the first plague that happened? Matter of fact, what was the first thing, the miracle that showed, you know what I mean? Like the miracles of the Most High. Alright, the first thing was when Moses cast the serpent on the ground. But of course in Egypt, they had magicians. They did the same thing, you know. And how the Lord worked, he worked in a series of things. Alright, so the Lord came back and did what? After he cast the serpent on the ground, what was the next move? The Lord had turned the river into blood. Alright, he turned their rivers into blood, right? Which means what? They couldn't drink their waters. Water was contaminated with actual blood, man. You understand? That was the things, the works of the Most High. You understand? And guess what? Pharaoh still did not listen and hearken to the Most High. So the next plague after that was what? Frogs. The Lord said, man, let me plague this city with frogs. And guess what? The frogs were crazy. It was all over the houses. Frogs were just everywhere. Alright? And now you hearing that Pharaoh still not listening. So after the plague, you know what I mean, blood in the river, frogs. This is the next thing, this is the next current event that's about to happen. Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lights throughout all the land of Egypt.
That it may become lights unto all the land of Egypt. Now, everybody know what lice is, right? You know what I'm saying? Lice is that parasite. You know, a small little insect that be on animals, And a lot of Edomites, they get lice. And their hair, is a very disgusting plague. That's what lice is. Lice is parasites, insects. Okay, keep going.
Verse 17. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth.
He smote the dust of the earth, meaning what? You know what I mean? He hit the rod right there on the, on the ground. Okay, keep going.
And it became lice in men.
Became lice in men. So the Egyptians started getting lice. They started getting plagued with lice. You understand? Keep going.
And in beasts.
And in the beasts, meaning what? The cows, all the animals. Okay, all the animals, all the farm animals, they start getting lice too. All the animals around Egypt in that land was getting plagued as well. Because Pharaoh didn't hearken unto the Most High. Right? Keep going.
So if they tried to eat these animals, they catch it from the animals as well.
They had it regardless. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? They was getting lice. Keep going.
Come. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 8.
All the dust of the land meaning what?
Lice was everywhere throughout the entire land, village, country.
But you're right. When you're saying like the dust of the land is talking about like the ground. It's just talking about basically everywhere. It was lice. You can picture that, man. It is very disgusting. Picture just going outside, man. The lights just everywhere. Everywhere you walk, man, you could see these parasites. That's what they was going through. Keep going.
And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not.
Now these magicians, you gotta remember, the first time they was able to cast a serpent on the ground, cast a stick on the ground and turn it into a serpent. Magicians was able to do this. But when it came to this plague right here with the lice, they attempted to do it and they couldn't do it. They couldn't perform this. Right? Read.
But they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beasts.
So it was lice upon man and beast. Read.
Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God.
He said, this is the finger of God. He told Pharaoh that because this was something that was beyond those magicians that Pharaoh had. It was beyond the work that they could do and the miracles that they could perform. They said, man, this right here is something we can't even accomplish. This gotta be God. This gotta be of the Lord because we can't do it. Right? Read.
And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said.
And he still was hard-headed. His heart, his mind, what he was thinking was still hardened against the Lord. Pharaoh's mind was hardened against the Hebrews. Alright? So like when people talk about, God loves everybody and things like that, they don't believe that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people and are the Hebrews that are the Israelites. This is the history of who's synonymous to going into slavery. The Israelites, the Hebrews. And that's exactly what black people face now. Hispanics and Native Indians, we face that now. We face slavery right now. You understand? So this right here is absolutely our records. This right here is our history. Okay, keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. He cometh forth to the water.
Lo, he cometh forth.
Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me.
He went right back, man. He gave him the order. Go right back unto Pharaoh and tell him again. Like, what is this, like the third time he telling Pharaoh to let these people go? This gotta be like the third time he's coming to Pharaoh and saying, look, let my people go. The Lord is serious. He's not playing no games with you, Pharaoh. You might as well let God's people go. Let my people go so we can serve the Most High. Right? Keep going.
Verse 21. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee.
I was saying what?
Swarms of flies upon thee.
So swarms of flies, it's like a group of insects. He's gonna send a plague of flies upon Pharaoh. He do not hearken unto the Lord, man. He don't let his people go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through all these plagues. You're gonna realize a bunch of these plagues happened in Egypt when Pharaoh didn't listen and hearken unto the Lord, man. He didn't listen to the Lord's prophets, man. You understand? Keep going.
Salakia, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are.
So just make sure, picture like a swarm of flies as they all bunch together like this. Picture like a big ass bunch of flies coming into your house. You already get irritated if one fly in here. You will be super duper irritated, mad to the max if one fly get in your house. That one fly gonna fly right by your ear, you gonna hear that sound, it's gonna irritate you. But picture a big swarm of them coming through. I can't even really imagine a swarm of flies in here. That's irritating and nasty as hell. That'll really just make me irritated all day long. And it make me just want to flee. It'll make me flee. If I seen a swarm of flies just come. Imagine, just think about it. If you got one fly, two flies in here, man, you're going to be irritated just off that in one room. You know what I'm saying? You can time me anytime. Y'all can time me in anytime y'all want to. But just think about this plague. You would think something like flies or something small, but once you put it into a scenario and perspective, you're going to understand the Lord say he did it. He put a swarm of flies everywhere. Your houses, everywhere you went, it was a swarm of flies. That's irritating. It's very, very irritable. All day long, you just doing this. Think about that. You just doing this all day long, trying to get away from flies. Don't let it be the fat ass flies either. The fat dookie flies, you gonna really be mad. You understand? That it on that?
Come.
Alright, we're gonna get to the next 7 verses. I'll read the next 7 verses about the shot so get to the Sabbath service real quick. We have 22. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 8, verse 22. Wa'amar, Mashah, La'ah, Nakuwan, Lashawah, Khan, Kayah, Dayabak, Matazaria, Lazabak, Layahawa, Alahayanawa, Anah, Nazabak, Dawabak, Matazaria, Ya'al, it's like Layan, Yaham, Wala'ah. That's a pile now. Verse 23. The rock, Shalah, Yum, Nala. It's like a Nalak. Bamdabar. Was a Bak Nawa. Layahawa. Alahaya Nawa. Kashar, Kamar, Alahayanawa, verse 24. Verse 24. Wa'amar, Para'ah, Anakia, Ashalak, Atkam, Wazabak, Yatham, Layahawa, Alahayakam, Bamdabar, Rakwa, Harakaka, La'a, that's like Daraya, Kwawa, Lalaka, Hayab Yara, Bayabya, verse 25, Wamar, Mashah, Hanab, Agya, Yawataza'a, Ma'imak, Wahayab, Rayab Ya, Al, Yahweh, Wasar, Hared, Mara'ah, Mayabad Yawa, Wa'imwa, Makar, Rakah, Al, Yasa, Para'ah, Athar, Labalapia, Shalak, Hayam, Lazabak, Layahawa, verse 26. Wayataza, Mashah, Ma'ai, Para'ah, Wayathar, Al, Yahweh, verse 27. Wayash, Yahweh, Kadabar, Mashah, Wayasar, Ha'irah, Mara'ah, Ma'irad Yawah, Wa'imwa, La'ah, Masha'ah, Akkad, verse 28. Wa'ikabad, Para'ah, Labawa, La'am, Barayam, Hazayah, Wala'ah, Shalak, it's like Shalak, Ayam. That's up to Exodus, the 9th chapter. We'll go ahead and get it in English.
Starting at verse 22, sir.
Con.
Verse 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there.
So he said where his people dwell, so where the Hebrews dwelled at, the Lord wasn't going to send his plague. The Lord was going to pass over them. Like we're in a time when we're in the spirit of Passover, man. I'm going to tell you how spiritual, man, the Lord is. Like as we reading and we coming up to the Passover, which is coming up, and we're reading about it right now. You understand? And that is very, very spiritual, man. That's of the Most High. Right? Keep going.
Come. To the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth.
This is going to prove that this right here is done by the Most High. When you see this right here, all them swarms of flies all over the Egyptians, and none of those flies are on the Hebrews, they not on the Israelites, you don't know this is done by the Lord. This was sanctioned by the Lord. You understand? Now, how is this sanctioned by the Lord? Because Moses told Pharaoh to let his people go. And Pharaoh didn't listen. This right here is the result of not listening. Right? Keep going.
And I will put a division between my people and thy people.
And he's going to put a division between his people and their people. He's going to put a division between the Hebrews and the Egyptians. Although they're the same color. You're going to know the difference. Because you're going to see the Egyptians getting plagued. You're going to see the Hebrews, the Israelites, they're not getting plagued. You understand? Keep going.
Tomorrow shall this sign be. Verse 24, and the Lord did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses.
You said a grievous swarm of flies. Meaning this right here, is going to make you grieve. These swarm of flies that's coming to you, you're going to be feeling grief. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel grievous after this is done to you. Like, grievous, to feel grievous is something too much.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look up grievous. Look up, like, the definition of grievous so you can get a real, true understanding of what this, the feeling of what they about to go through. The feeling of what Pharaoh about to experience, man, going against the Most High. You understand? You got it?
Grievous, kind of something bad, very severe or serious.
This is something serious, man. These flies, you're just thinking about them. You know, it ain't nothing serious. This is severe. It's something super serious. A swarm of flies coming in your house, that ain't never cool, man. You understand? You know what flies do? Flies, man, they lay eggs to get what? Maggots. So it was a bunch of swarm of flies. You can just imagine how many maggots was all over Egypt. You understand? You look at those Egyptians now, man, they got maggots coming out their face. You ever seen the commercials? You ever seen the commercials with the little baby Hamites? And they be having all them flies coming out their eyes. They got flies and all the maggots coming out their nose. And they try to show some grievance to them and see their conditions, what they're going through, so you can donate money to them. Used to come on all the time when I was younger coming up. You know what I mean? That right there is what they're experiencing. That right there is a plague from the Lord, man. You understand? Keep going.
And to all the land of Egypt, the land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies.
Good night. The whole land, man, was covered in flies. Can y'all even picture Detroit? Picture the whole city of the east side. Picture the east side being covered with full of flies. You can't even escape them. You know what I'm saying? They all outside. They all in your house. It's like you will be frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a whole bunch of swarm of flies in your room, in your one room. And you ain't gonna want to be in your room, man. You're not even gonna want to be in there. Not gonna want to be nowhere near no fly. You understand? Keep going.
And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, Go, ye sacrifice to your God in the land.
He told him, man, go ahead and sacrifice to your God in your land. Because he was irritated at all them goddamn flies. Them flies, man, was plaguing that place so bad that he called them in and said, man, go sacrifice to your God. Right? Read.
Verse 26. And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us?
All right, read.
Verse 27. We will go 3 days journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God as he shall command us.
All right, read.
And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away, and treat for me.
So he said that he's going to let them go, and he's going to let them sacrifice to their Lord for 3 days. Only thing he asks is they don't go too far away. All right, and we're going to get more deeper into these chapters. We'll get more deeper into chapter 8, see what's going on, and we're gonna get this story, man. Understand? These things are very important. What happened in Egypt? All right, what happened all over Egypt? These plagues, and why did it happen? And it's so synonymous to the end times that we're facing right now, man. End times we're facing right now. You see in America getting plagued. America going through all type of stripes. You understand? Derailments in Ohio. They got a toxic cloud over Ohio, man, that's going to kill people. You understand? They got water that's so disgusting and terrible in Flint, and it's gonna harm and hurt people. You understand? But the Lord, man, he don't play. You see the earthquake that happened in Turkey, the Lord is playing on his own time, and he is getting people out of here. Like, this place ain't no place of peace. I know people blind with American philosophies and all the propaganda out there, but man, I'm telling you, this place right here is they're about to go into a war. You understand? America is about to go into war. You understand? Like that's what's really going on. People gotta really, really prepare themselves because they don't understand what's about to happen. They hear in ISUPK, man, the priests and prophets of the Lord, under Commander General Hunter, man, we understand what's going on. Alright? With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close the class out. And my job was me to stand. No horn. Yo, so, Shalom, so.
La Yeshua.
Israel, we'll go ahead and salute the scroll. Alright? So. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah. That's the salute the scroll.
Y'all about Shem, y'all shall Barak Yah.
We're going to salute the scroll.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barak Yah.
Go ahead and blow horn. We'll go right into prayer.
Playing Akwadam, which means turning base to east. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodat, Hayat, Shemkat, Yahweh, Malakukat, Taba'at, Ratizaka, Hayat, Ashab, Ba'aratazak, Kawat, Hayat, Bashemayim, Nathalanaw, Lakam, Kab, Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Kabawapnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawapinaw, Wala'at, Labia'anaw, Walasayawan, Abor, Hawashadnaw, Ayan, Ra, Kayak, Lakat, Amalakwa, Waha'al, Hataf Wa'abaloni, Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Because the power in Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kushab, Nathalanaw, Akat, Barafa'at, Kamakalak, Lakal Malawat, Akat, Latahar, Amatazari, Akat, Lahakbayam, Hamathu, Akat, Al-Rakawah, Hatama'al, Lagarashun, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Duwad Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh.
وما يتألم
وما يتعالى
والهايم
وعلى
متزابية
متزابية
الواب يهانا
على وابيهان
ها الوابين
على وابيهان
ها سرانيا
أسرانيا
ها كورتزايانيا
أكتزايانيا
هكايا ياويا
أكتايا
هكاكايا
أكتايا
وأقواتيا
وأبوابيا
يهاوى
يهوى
بهاشم يهاوى شاف
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Waraman
Waraman in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh
And Yahushua.
and Yahushua
And Michael.
and Michael
And the angels.
and the angels
Command and General Yohanan.
Command and General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
Captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
and the sisters
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew, Asha'ah,
Asha'ah.
Ayanya,
Ayanya.
Ahahari,
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah.
Azariah,
Azariah.
Azariah, Ma'an,
Ma'an.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ashah,
Ashah.
Shemaiah,
Shemaiah.
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat,
Number one.
Regarka,
Regarka.
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Hana.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Yayishan,
Yayishan.
Shawamar,
Shalamar.
Yasha'al,
Yasha'al.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazarka,
Tazarka.
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka.
Wayimam,
Yawamam.
Hashemat,
Hashemah.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yakaka,
Yakaka.
Wayirak,
Wayirak.
Malayala,
Malayala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka.
Makara,
Makara.
Yashamar,
Yashmar.
Atnapashka,
Atnapashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashmar.
Taza'aka,
Taza'aka.
Waba'aka,
Waba'aka.
Selaka, Waba'aka,
Waba'aka.
Ma'atah,
Ma'atah.
Wa'ai Awalam,
I will look. In the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'al,
he that keepeth Yasha'al
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Here you go.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew, Al-Hayah,
Al-Hayah.
Al-Damiyalaka,
Al-Damiyalaka.
Al-Dakarat,
Al-Dakarat.
Wa'al-Dashakwat,
Al-Dashakwat.
El, Kayahana,
Kayahana.
Awiyabika,
Al-Yabika.
Yehamayuan,
Yahweh.
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'arum Yumwa,
Ya'arum
Sawadah,
Sawadah.
Ya'atazawa,
Al-Yatayah.
Al-Tazim Pawanyika,
Al-Tazim Pawanyika.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Lakawa,
Lakawa.
Wanakakina,
Wanakaki.
Magalia,
Nagari.
Wala'a Yazakar,
Al-Yazakar.
Shem Yashal,
Shem Yashal.
Awada,
Awada.
Kayat,
Kayat.
Nawa Atazawa,
Nawa Tazawa.
Labat,
Labat.
Labat.
Salakia, Labat,
Labat.
Yakadwa,
Yakab.
Alyaka,
Alyaka.
Baryat,
Baryat.
Yakaratwa,
Yakarab.
Ahalia,
Alahaya.
Adawan,
Adawan.
Wayashima,
Wayashimai.
Alayam,
Alahaya.
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria,
Wahagaria.
Gabal, Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan.
Amalak,
Amalak.
Palashah,
Palashah.
I'm Yeshabi,
I'm Yeshab.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Yam Ashawar,
Yam Ashawar.
Dalawa,
Nalawa.
Amam,
Imam.
Ayawa,
Ayawat.
Zarawat,
Zarawat.
Labani Lawat,
Labani Lawat.
Salat,
Salat.
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham.
Kamadi,
Kamadi.
Kasayat Sara'at,
Kasa Yasara'ah.
Kayabat, Salaki, Kayabian,
Yabi.
Banakal,
Banakal.
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan.
Nashimatwa,
Nashima.
Ba'ayandara'at,
Ba'ayandara'ah.
Hayawa,
Ayawat.
Dama,
Dama.
La'adam,
La'adam.
Shaytam,
Shaytam.
Nadiyatmar,
Nadiyatmar.
Ka'ara,
Ka'ara.
Wakaza'aba,
Wakaza'ab.
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak.
Wakazazor,
Wakazazor.
Mana'ah, Kel Nasi Ikamu,
Cal Nasi Akamu,
Ashar, Amarwa,
Amara,
Naya Rashad,
Naya Rashad,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awa,
Na'awa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamu,
Shayatamu,
Kagabi,
Kagabi,
Kakwa, Lapanya Rawaka,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Ka'ah, Shaba Ira,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat, Harayam,
Kantheradama,
Basa Wabasa,
Wabasa, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Fanyaham, Walawan, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabasha, Bahal, Ay, Kakora, Kayata, Shamka, Yahweh, Labaka,
Aliyawan, Al-Kahar
Al-Ratazah, in the English. Keep not thy silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. Be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumble. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy enemies. They have said, Come, let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Yasha may be no more remembered. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, Moab, and the Hagarim, Baal, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Japheth, at the brook of Kaiser, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, like Zebah. Yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Almon, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burning for wood, and as the flame set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid, with thy storm, fill their faces with shame, and they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, the Most High over all the earth. So, blow the horn. Set the scroll back. Go ahead and salute. Men of Israel, I Majid Shabbat, I Majid, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Matai, dismissed.